Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tablemon. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to be playing with the brand new KYUREM VMAX with the Glaciated World ability. Once during your turn, you may discard top card of your deck. If that card is a water energy card, attach it to one of your Pokemon. And the attack side energizes really well. Max Frost does 120 damage, and you may discard any amount of water energy from this Pokemon, and this attack does 50 more damage for each card you discarded in this way. So a really cool attack that can 1-KO everything, and of course the ability synergizes really nicely with Primate Wisdom, where you may choose a card from your hand and put it at the top of your deck. So that's why we play multiple Orangarus. We can use multiple Primate Wisdoms to accelerate a bunch of energy each turn. To repower up KYUREM VMAX, and we can also utilize Origin Form Palkia VSTAR as an attacker with Subspace Swell, but also with its ability Star Portal, allowing you to attach up to 3 water energy cards from your discard pile to your water Pokemon in any way you like. Pardon my throat's a little weird today. That means you can immediately repower up a KYUREM VMAX and make sure you're getting the right amount of energy for all of your Pokemon. To get those one-shots. Now we also have Radiant Greninja, of course, to accelerate energy. We have Capacious Pocket to search for those water energies, and we play a very high water energy count at 13, along with energy retrieval and training cord to recover them. Finally, we have Research, Marnie, Boss, and 2 copies of Melanie to help us in reattaching energies and get to the numbers. We have 4 Ultra Ball and 4 Quick Ball, and Switch and Scoop Up Net to help retreat in case we need it. So overall, a pretty straightforward deck. I'm not super happy that there's a viable VMAX out, but I think the metagame is in a really good balance right now between single price Pokemon, 2 price Pokemon, and 3 price Pokemon, to where it's acceptable that we have some viable 3 price Pokemon. But anyways, let's jump in the ladder. Check out this deck after this quick message from our sponsors. If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it, and it's free. Looking for PTGO codes? Potown Store has all the latest sets and promos, instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tablemon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Alrighty, we won the coin flip. We get to go first. And there's a pretty good start, I would say. Really good start here. We can start threatening my opponent on turn 2. So this card is very similar, of course, to Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. But it also doesn't have that maximum damage threshold. So this is probably a better card overall, purely because you do discard 1 more energy, but you also have a lot more freedom with the acceleration, and you can one-shot things like Mew VMAX or other VMAXs, which Ice Rider really struggled to do. So, alright. Ooh, this coughing will actually be very annoying to deal with, stopping my abilities. That's not going to be very nice. So if I want to take a knockout on turn 2 now, I'll be needing either Palkia or Melanie. Okay, so you know what? Because of that, I'm going to try and get closer to a Melanie right here with the Radiant Greninja. I'm wishing I start Palkia, of course, instead, but it is what it is. Okay, I did find the switch. Let's see if I can maybe get a Palkia off of this. No, I get another energy retrieval. Okay, that's not great. So I'm gonna go ahead and attach, and I will pass. We shall see what happens. I wouldn't mind a Marnie, since I did put the research at the top. I definitely would prefer not to lose my energy retrievals, but we'll see. We shall see what happens here. I could still top deck a Melanie, right? Oh, we're up against Eternatus. I did in fact get Marnied. All right. Eternatus VMAX, definitely not a card you expect to see. And there's a beautiful Melanie, which means that is a dead Wheezing next turn. So they will be stopping my ability for one turn, but that is it. I guess the issue is, I believe Wheezing has 130 HP, so I will have to discard an energy, but it's not the end of the world. I can definitely afford to do so. Yep, Ascension, that's fine. Blessed Melanie will bail us out right here. Okay. I would prefer to draw other things other than energy, which means I'm using the Capacious Bucket to shuffle my deck and hopefully draw better stuff. These energy retrievals just keep popping up for some reason. No backup plan either. I'll do Max Frost, 460, take our first prize card, and we are good to go. Now, I guess the cool part about this is that I do have the possibility. Actually, no. If the Eternatus was up here, I would have a possibility to knock out if I found a choice belt, because Eternatus does have 340 HP. So a Zigzagoon could also, there could be merit to Zigzagoon for 330 mirror matches, but 340 is also, I think it's still the highest. Still the highest HP if I'm not mistaken. Please pardon my throat. I don't know what's happening. Just had breakfast. I don't know why I keep having this weird throat. Alright. Eternatus into the push shake. Jeez. Okay. Eternatus into the push shake to stop my abilities for one more turn, which is not the end of the world by any means. Definitely want to establish the Palkia right here. I could just go boss and that would activate my abilities, but I'm also not gaining much from doing that. So I feel like I should just Max Frost here and take the KO. I don't think there's any universe where my opponent knocks me out right here, so I'm not super concerned. And then I'll be able to knock out the Eternatus VMAX and basically win the game. Its maximum damage output is 240 with a full, no, 270 with a full bench, to 300 with a choice belt, 330 with a Leon. So I guess there's that. Can they find 7 basic Pokemon to a choice belt and a Leon off of a like Crobat? A single Crobat? I don't think it's possible. Okay, so they do Marnias, which is fine. I do need to discard 5 energies to take the knockout, and which right now I do not have. Okay, there's the first Crobat. I will be looking at the next 4 cards thanks to my top deck, Radioactive Ninja, and the Rangu card. I will play the Quick Ball to shuffle my deck because one of the Palkia VSTARs is at the bottom of the deck. So, all right, I have another KYUREM already. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and conceal cards. Concealed the cards. Okay, there's a water energy, nice, and a supporter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Primate Wisdom the energy. Okay, so I need either the Palkia VSTAR or, oh wow, I was about to mess up. Either the Palkia VSTAR or a choice belt in order to get this KO. So we'll do this and we will Marnie. And there's a Palkia VSTAR, which is perfect. And I definitely don't need Marnie anymore. I just need to attack again. right? Actually, what I mean is I don't need boss again. I just need to attack one more time, and that is it. So we should be good to go. Go ahead and evolve. There's more than enough energies. So let's check first, see if there's a choice belt. No, right? So then we will go start portal. And based on my opponent's current setup, I honestly think I should just attach all 5 to the active. Because nothing threatens to KO me. I have the energy attachment. So yeah. Max Frost 4 is 320, so 5 is enough. 370. Yep. One less would have been 320 and not enough to KO the Eternatus. Pretty nice. Yeah, pretty nice. The deck didn't flow as much, purely because we were up against ability lock, right? Otherwise, it would have been a little more fluid. Okay, so my opponent does decide to immediately promote the Wheezing, play the Stadium, play Eternatus, play the Crobat down as well. And then, unless they boss and trap something, should be fine. They don't, they just go Severe Poison, which is fine. I know my top deck is a Marnie, and I just have the energy for the win. Alright, GG. Alright, so let's jump into another game and see if we can continue this nice win streak we have. Alright, so now we're up against an Arceus deck. We are going second, so we shall see what we can do here. Wonder if it's Aggron, Arceus Aggron, which has been decently common. However, we immediately see a lightning energy, so we should be good. My opponent did grab Crobat, so their hand must not be very good to using Crobat to draw 2 cards. And then they just pass. Alright. That's fine. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to attach the energy here. I'm going to quick pull away a Marnie to establish another KYUREM. You know what? Maybe the Palkia is better. It's just I really fear a Path to the Peak. Well, the Path to the Peak stops KYUREM anyways. Alright, so I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to Private Wisdom the bucket to the top of my deck, and then I will play the Marnie, because then I will be able to use Rapid Freeze to attach a lot of energies. There we go. That's pretty good. Alright. So now I'll be getting the energies out of the deck. And I will be benching this Oranguru, and I will be utilizing the other Private Wisdom to put the KYUREM at the top. I'm also dead drawing, so that's not ideal. I did find another energy, so at least I absolutely know I'll be able to knock out here, right? So I'll be attaching like this, and yeah. So I will not be attaching this last energy, because then if the KYUREM does go down by a choice build plus 6 in play, which I think is not going to happen, but you never know. Bolton, interesting. Then I have this backup attacker. However, seems like my opponent's not doing too well right here. Okay. All right. So I am going to evolve, and so I guess I can Primate Wisdom the energy, right? See what I get. An Ultra Ball, which doesn't really help me out. I can Glaciated World and attach the energy to the active. Then I can do Primate Wisdom the Retrieval. That's going to be pretty clutch next turn. All right, and I do get an energy for turn. So now I'm going to fully commit to the active. Only need to discard 2. And with the energy retrieval, I actually have the return KO on the Bolton VMAX. So, I mean, it's really unlucky that my opponent got the start that they did, if they had attacked me with Arceus VSTAR, this would be a completely different game and I would probably end up losing. But thankfully, that was not the case, because then they would have been able to knock me out with the Boltund pretty simply. Gets rid of the Choice Belt, so they did have Choice Belt. Interesting. They did have Choice Belt. It's not usual for non-Intellion Arceus decks to have Choice Belts. I do get more need into the beautiful Energy Retrieval, which guarantees that I knock out unless they play down a Path to a Peak, which they did not. So we are good to go. All right. Still sort of dead drawing though. Well, not sort of, definitely dead drawing. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the 2 waters. Now I can win through, thanks to that Puchina, I could potentially win through Palkia V-Star's V-Star attack. All right, Primate Wisdom number 1. I do get a quick ball, nice. 320, which means 4 energies is enough. It's perfect. All right, I'll put it here. And then part of me wants this to be a surprise. But you know what? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do this and actually establish another KYUREM instead of the Greninja. Because then with the KYUREM, probably should not have benched that Palkia. With the KYUREM, I actually have the possibility to get another VMAX and win that way, right? Ooh, now I have the boss. Now that wins me the game. Guaranteed with another energy. I go boss on the Crobat and use Hydro Break for the win. So as you can see, I'm like continually adapting with every card that I draw, with every card that I end up playing. I'm continually adapting exactly what I'll be doing next turn. Yeah, I'm always thinking how I'm going to win the game. And that's something that's very, very key and very important to be successful at the game. So yeah, and it's definitely something that we go over a bunch in coaching. Yeah, so if you're interested in coaching, definitely a good time to start when a new set drops, and we have a ton of events coming up in this format, right? We have Peoria Regionals, then we have Salt Lake City Regionals, then we have the Brazil International, and that's when we'll get a new set, and then we will have, I believe it's Dallas Regionals. No, it's Toronto, then Dallas, then San Diego. So it's gonna be a very busy close to the year and start to the year, because we have San Diego and then Orlando as well. So it's gonna be quite interesting. All right, my opponent could Marty me here, could Roxanne as well. Both of those would not be ideal. There's the Mightyena, which does attack for free, and there's the Path to a Peak, but thankfully we didn't get attacked in our hand. So now all I do is promote, attach, boss KO on the Boltund, on the Mightyena, or on the Crobat. Any of those Pokemon on the bench are good enough. So that's awesome. Attach, boss, just in case I'm missing something, and Hydro Break for our last prize card. All right, I think we're gonna play one more game with this deck. All right, we are up against Omnijo, so should be pretty interesting. Seems like they're playing Hisuian Gudra V. Super interesting, and I do believe we should have the advantage, right? Raw Battle VIP path for Joe, so that's pretty good. I like that you can just lost zone other Battle VIP passes if needed. There's the next flower. What's the name? Flower Selecting. That's a weird name for an ability. And a boss. Alright. Alright. That choice belt is a little scary, but only 2 lost zone cards, which is really good to see. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and bench the Palkia. We're going to go ahead and Quick Ball away an Ultra Ball. Establish an Oranguru. Well, you know what? There is a chance my opponent knocks me out next turn because of that choice build. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Goodra is definitely not gonna like the back-to-back one-shots though, so we do have that advantage going for us. And we do find one energy. And so this is, I guess, risky. Do I expect Joe to get the 5 cards into the Lost Zone? They would need triple Comfey plus Colress's Experiment. I'm gonna take the risk. Because I marnied, I'm gonna take the risk that they won't be able to pull that off. Alright. We'll see. Once I evolve, I'm very safe. And then if they do knock me out, I still have the potential to knock them out with the Palkia VSTAR ability. Alright. One Goodra V into Lost Zone. There's card number 2. So I wonder if they already have a Colress's Experiment in their hand. Because in my opinion, you should be using Colress's Experiment first and then the Comfeys. But maybe they have a different way of seeing that. There's a Comfey now, that's 4. Okay. There's a Capture Energy attachment. Fail. That is peculiar. There's a Greninja ability. Add Capture Energy fail is very peculiar. They do evolve. I mean, there's still the potential for them to pull it off, right? Switch. Okay, so one more. Here we go. That's the 5th card. Do they have the Colress plus the switching card plus the Mirage Gate? I really hope they don't, but they might. Okay, they don't. All right, now I'm feeling quite confident. No chance for me to boss and target down, but I just need energy and VSTAR and we are good to go. And that's exactly what I get. Pretty awesome. Boop. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and ultra wall away these 2. Yeah. Is there merit to keeping the boss? Maybe there is. Definitely an energy. Yeah, I think it's fine to discard the boss because that dude really doesn't threaten me at all. And I can just repower up after I take the first knockout of Palkia. So, alright. I'm gonna bench. I'm gonna use my Primate Wisdom ability. Okay, scoop up net. So I will go ahead and Glaciated World. Attaching the energy right there. And there's 1 energy. We'll go ahead and Max Frost, not discarding anything, of course. All right. I am in a perilous situation because my prize wasn't good, and I do get to take a look at the next 2 cards potentially, but a bit iffy. A bit iffy for sure. All right, we're gonna see the Comfey, so that's the 6th. So after they reduce 80 damage, they will essentially have 350 HP. Oh, Melanie. Okay, I talked about Melanie in Goodra and how that would just be overall better. Okay. All right. I need a fantastic top deck here. I really need a fantastic top deck right here. That's not the fantastic top deck that we are looking for. It does give me 2 abilities. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a Primate Wisdom. There's one. Okay, so I have the KO, but then if I do that, that's gonna be rough. Okay, I have both Glaciated Worlds abilities, right? So I can discard that one. Can discard the Palkia, and then I will do this. rebench, and then use Oranguru for the water. Well, not ideal. Gonna have to use Palkia for 1 energy to get the knockout here. That's really unfortunate. That's really, really unfortunate. The fact that I couldn't draw more energies, the fact that I couldn't find a silly supporter, really sad. Really, really sad. That choice build would have saved me an energy at least. Meh. Really not great prizes, that's for sure. All right. I mean, they don't immediately have a response, but they could, right? They certainly could. Let's see, a heavy ball. Grabbing Cram. Okay, so now they definitely have the knockout with the Cram. That's not ideal, but if they do use Cram, I can use Palkia. I can pair up the Palkia with Glaciated World, which is really nice. All right, I like the Melanie engine. I definitely felt the lack of Melanie when I played Hizuya and Kudra. All right. Another energy attachment. As expected. There's a Cramorant. There's a Comfey. That's 7 energies now. And there's the KO. All right. I really wish I had a Marty now. Okay, so I can use Palkia to take this KO. All right. Nice timing on the energies now. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Climate Wisdom number 1. And catch a break with the top decks. So many supporters left in my deck, and I can't seem to draw any of them. All right, I'm gonna attach, and then we'll go ahead and Primate Wisdom the KYUREM. I mean, better than nothing, I guess. All right, take a KO. Take a price card, more energy. Oh, I have 2 Marnies, 4 Research, and 2 Melanies left in my 30 card deck. So not even great odds at finding them. And yeah, like Joe, like I posted about the Lost engine being very underwhelming, and he posted that no, it's really good, turn to average. Like he hasn't used the engine at all, right? Not at all. I'm sure he has Mirage Gates. It would make sense. It wouldn't make sense not to have Mirage Gates. But he didn't use it to power up the 2 good draws. And that's another good draw to the lost one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, yeah, that's game. That is absolutely game. There's no way for me to attach 3 energies in 1 turn. Well, there is, but it's just not good enough. So I'll do this. And that's it. That is it. Because I had to use my ability for 1 energy. That was just really awful. All right. Yeah, Mirage Gate didn't come into play at all, right? He could have played Inteleon instead, and he would have been better off. So, and then my really awkward draws just didn't help my case, you know, like if I had access to more energy, if I had, like, I didn't even need more supporters, I just needed more energy to win that one. So, well, I do like KYUREM. It feels like it could be good. Just need to draw supporters, right? Just don't draw like Tablemon, which is usually the best advice I give out when I play these videos and my PTG log. It's just don't draw like I do and you'll be fine. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.